Hey guys, the subject of our today's review is a French watch Mortima Superdatomatic, but before we have started, I encourage you to check my previous videos. Links would be below this video in top right corner. Mortima was a French brand from company Catine & Company in Morteau. The city of Morteau is located in East France, very near to the Swiss border and the famous watch valley La Chaux-de-Fonds. Morteau itself has a rich history of watchmaking dating back to 1750, and today it's a home to a watch museum. The name Mortima was probably inspired by the city name Morteau and the English word time. By the end of 1930s, Catine was producing over 30,000 watches a year. He had around 90 employees, and in 1947 Catine decided to take the business to another level. In conjunction with Marshal Voulimin, they converted the hotel into a factory producing watches and a house movement Catine 66, C66. At this time, Catine also opened a workshop to produce watch faces, all bearing the already well-known French Cockerel logo. Now, almost all components of Mortima watches were manufactured in-house. The movement C66 had many variations. Movements with 15, 17, 21 jewels were made. More than 15 jewels served no real purpose other than to allow Catine produce faces marked 17 and 21 jewels. An important reason for the success of Mortima was that Catine & Company produced their own movements. A nice list of the movements can be found here. In fact, Catine & Company were one of the few watch companies that could produce almost everything in-house: movements, watch cases, dials, and assemble the watch, enabling them to keep production costs and prices very low. From approximately 1980, Catine & Company also produced quartz movements. Even though Mortima watches were cheap, an impressive number of watches had survived and can still be found today working perfectly. Emile Catine must have done something right. The name Mortima was registered in 1957, and the brand was firstly mentioned in advertisement dated by 1958. In 1961, the company had outgrown their manufacturing facility, producing 2 million watches each year. 2 years later, a new factory was opened in the same area, Lacroix. Export truly gained momentum with the launch of C64 movement for women watches in 1964 and a slim version of the C66. Until 10,000 watches per day came out of the factory assembly line. The famous diver on the case back. The Mortima waterproof watches could be recognized by the icon of the diver engraved on the case back. This image can be found on watches from many different brands. Catine & Company was very popular as a subcontractor. They produced watches according to the client's wishes. Sometimes it was just a matter of rebranding existing Mortima models. In the 1970s, watch cases, dials, bezels, movements from different producers were mixed and matched in endless variations. The beginning of the end. Emile Catine died in 1979, and his children took over the company. 2 of them died in 1982. His son and company manager died in a car accident in 1985. The company made 3 quartz movements during 1980s. Quartz movements C80, C81 and C86. But without the visionary Emile Catine and several family tragedies, the company failed to deal with the quartz revolution, like many other French and Swiss watch manufacturers at that time. The Paris office was closed in 1987 and the company was sold to Kippel in 1988. Huge financial problems led to bankruptcy of Kippel in 1990s, ending the story of Mortima watches. Probably because Mortima in time produced a quartz movement, they survived the crisis in 1970s, which was the end for many other low-end brands. Today, the name Mortima is registered by a Spanish company selling sunglasses. Coming back to our particular piece, the case. The watch is 38mm in diameter without the crown and 40.5mm with it. It's not a big watch, it will fit small wrists like mine. The case is 45.6mm high and 12.5mm thick. The crystal is acrylic with a cyclop lens at 3 o'clock. The lens is positioned inside. Around the dial there is a both way rotation bezel with 0, 15, 30, 45-minute indication. It's not a clicking bezel. The case is made of steel and it is chrome-plated. I saw 4 or 5 watches. They were all nicely preserved, without corrosion or with small corroded space around the case back. I have no explanation why exactly in that place. Maybe chrome had been wiped away by tools for opening the watch. It's just a pure guess. But majority of watches I saw were in very good condition. On the case back you can see legendary logo of diver. It's written the water resistance is 680 amps, not a lot, but for budget watches from 70s it was quite good. As for me, the form of the lux is a bit strange. I think it's too straight and too fat, but it's just me. Overall design, I like it. The dial is of deep black color. Our indices of rectangular shape with a black horizontal split line. Under the indices there are numerals for hour indication from 13 till 24. There was lume applied, but now it's barely visible. 12, 3, 6, 9 o'clock indices are slightly bigger. Hour and minute hands have lume applied on them. Hour and minute hands have lume applied on them. The hour hand is in form of an arrow, and minute hand is made in the form of a sword. The Mortima's logo is a rooster looking to the left, and it's positioned under 12 o'clock. Movement. There was really only one popular caliber made by Catena & Company, the C66, with various incarnation and spin-offs. Pin level movement made 18,000 beats per hour or 5 beats per second. The power reserve is 40 hours. The bracelet. I put this watch on 20mm green NATO strap, because the hour indices and lume on hands are also green. I will put the watch on grey, strip black, grey and brown strap from genuine leather. Also, I saw many people putting the watch on black rubber strap and it looks fine. Unfortunately, I have them all sold for now. I like the way this Mortima looks, particularly I like hands and numerals under the hour indices. And it's my first watch with cycle plans, and unfortunately the watch doesn't have a quick date set function, so we have to spend time to find a date you need, and it's bothering. Also the lux looks too simple and rough. I wish it'd be less edgy and smoother. In general, it's really interesting vintage watch. I would recommend having it in your collection. Alright guys, that's all for now. Please like and subscribe if this video was useful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.